welcome to the Purple Podcast, number 6. I am your host, Austin Izard. I want to take a moment right at the beginning here to say, you are all beautiful people. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate every one of you all who listen. All right. So with me today, I have a very special guest, as they all are. But, another special guest is here. His name is Griffin Fletcher. He's one of my best friends. Not only is he one of my best friends, he's my cousin, and you can even maybe take it to another step and say we're quarter brothers because our moms are twins. So however you look at the DNA and that shit, somewhere along, we're closer than most people, closer than most cousins, you would say. Is that fair, Griffin? Welcome to the podcast.
I think that's fair to say. I'm so glad to be here, seriously.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's what when I said on Monday, team. When I said I got some things planned. There's some more things, but this is one of the things. That's the thing I was actually thinking of specifically at that moment. So call back to that last episode if you haven't listened. Go ahead and do that. Well, all right, Griffin. We're gonna get into this here a little bit. So you were the lead singer, songwriter, correct? I don't know. We'll get more into that, I believe, but a good deal, I would say. Singer-songwriter of the indie alt-rock band. Is that fair?
Man, we got a clink before we get into it, right?
Yeah, we are. This is still your intro. This is still your intro.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry. Yeah, I guess so. Lead singer, and, share songwriting with
I assume to some extent, yeah.
Really everyone in the band. It's weird. I think a lot of people want to say the songwriter's the one who writes the main musical part or the lyric, but I mean it's everybody's doing it together, man. At least in our case.
Yeah, I think there's always an assumption that, because the singer is the one singing, obviously, and portraying or putting out the lyrics, that it comes from them more so. But that's a funny thing to think about. Yeah. But anyways, they are a Bowling Green based band, formulated while they were at WKU, and we all know, or I would assume we all know at this point, Western Kentucky, that area was hit very hard with tornadoes recently, and once again we're going to send our love and our hearts out to them. Very tough situation, and I guess you were down there. I'm very happy you're okay, of course, but absolutely. So
yeah,
crazy time. We were actually just talking. He's still, I guess, working at least. He's been working at home because the power's still out there. So anything you can do to help, absolutely. And that's one of the things that's been really cool to see, actual humanity. We're in a time where I feel like that isn't seen often. That's not the headlines we kind of see, but it sucks that it has to take something so terrible to happen to somewhat unite us. It's awful. So but it is great to see when it does come into play in that regards. But anyways, now let's really get down into this. So I guess the whole kind of theme of this episode is going to be music related. It's your story, I would say, if you had to pick one word necessarily, not to single you into one category, of course, but very musically oriented. It is your basically life at this point. That's what your focus is. That's what your drive is. So I kind of wanted to follow your life with music, where your love kind of originated for it, and kind of that deal there. So I guess we'll begin with kind of a question that when was it that you kind of realized that music was something highly important to you, and then it was something that you may, I guess, at some point pursue?
Oh, yeah. That's tricky because I guess for me, I just was raised around a lot of music. Really, I think back to my dad playing all Motown songs on the boat.
Yep, for sure.
Dude, I think back to like being at your house in the pool and listening to like new wave with your dad. I swear, I do.
Yeah.
I think about that.
It's one of those things that music is a timeless art. We discussed that in the I guess the movie episode. Like, so it's timeless. If it's good, it's timeless, and it stands the tale of time.
Ooh.
And they'll really take you back to that moment, you know? There's a heavy nostalgia factor. But that was something I was thinking of, too, which is funny because your dad was always, like, things would be in a car or something. He would, like, quiz you on music almost. Not like he was fucking training you for a trivia contest or, like, you know, anything like that. But he'd be like, who's this? And he'd be like, the Bee Gees or something.
Dude, I think what's funny, what cracks me up, and like maybe even, I think what makes me laugh a lot of times is because, not to out your dad, but I don't think you've always really loved that I have been interested in doing this, and that's cool. I understand, but it's so funny because I feel like my dad's the one who introduced me to all this music I loved. It's almost like one of those crazy moments of like, I don't know, it's it's kind of one of those weird, like, you do something with whatever intent there is, and then whatever sort of kind of collateral comes from that you don't fully comprehend or expect, and it's almost one of these funny things where he introduced me to all this stuff I loved, and lo and behold, I love music.
Yeah. I mean, it was that and basketball. And basketball wasn't something you necessarily took to naturally. Is that fair?
That is fair, totally.
But that's one thing about you that you have always been in, that you can get very single-minded. You know, like once you have your eye keyed on something, like you're determined of that.
Well, it was. I think it's interesting too. Like even saying that, maybe to just talk about sports for a sec. It is hilarious because I feel like just maybe differences in how we've been. Because I think you were always the talent guy, whereas I was the guy who, had to do the back end stuff.
Well, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, but nonetheless, you are where you are now because of that drive, and. So it's really cool. Something I had thought of, which was a pretty neat anecdote about us and music together.
I wonder if you're going to say what I'm thinking about.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking of that damn... I forget the damn song now.
It's not...
It wasn't... it wasn't that.
It's not a particular song.
Okay.
But it's more so just...
what was that, Justin? What was that? Just so funny. Dude, do you remember being like 10 years old? we were listening to a Justin Bieber song, and we were like, holy shit. We're like, I'm going to tell you, we're like, fuck, we can do that, man.
Yeah, I mean, we wrote a song that fucking night. We wrote a song that fucking night.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. Ooh, baby.
Please, that was it. Shit.
That song fucking smacked.
Wake up here.
You gotta, if you can find a way to put that in one of your sets just for the fuck of it, that would be hilarious, dude. Like, really, like,
dude, the thing was, it wasn't that fucking bad.
No, it was good. It was good lyrics, man. It was spot on. I'm telling you right now, if we would have handed that fucking lyric sheet to Justin Bieber's managers and songwriters, that shit would have been a #1 hit. No doubt in my mind.
Dude, the funny thing is, I was just thinking, I was like, dude, you're fucking right, man.
It's the truth, and it's honestly, it's not even a bit. It's just, it was pretty good. Like, we were, how old were we? Probably 4th, 5th grade.
We were young, man.
Very
Definitely.
young. Very young.
Wow.
But no, that was not my anecdote, but fucking great one. That was a great one. You know, it could have been. It really could have been. But I was thinking that time, your junior year of high school, my sophomore year, every morning my mom would drive me to get picked up by Griffin, because he could drive. I couldn't drive yet. I was just turning 16 that year, and there's the whole permit phase and all that. So my mom would drop me off at like a Walgreens Griffin in his fucking Mini Cooper would pick me up, and we'd drive to school every day, and it was a very cool time. And I think that's when one of my favorite artists of all time, it's not that you didn't know who he was, but it put you on him to where, and you know who I'm talking about, Kid Cudi.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, absolutely loved Kid Cudi. And we would just, that's back when people used fucking Pandora still. You know what I mean? We just put on we'd put on Kid Cudi radio. And
dude, but I got so many like songs from that era.
That as well, yeah.
Seriously, like and it's funny, like I rep Cudi so hard now, just like within my friends who are, because I'm not naturally like a hip hop guy, but that was like an introduction to me definitely, and I still rep that major, man.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's one of the reasons I need like an actual studio, not our dining room, because you know Dana doesn't want it to look like a college house or something. But I got like some tight like Kid Cudi poster and stuff. Like have like a studio and really sick it out.
Dude, that was...
Or just a room, just another room. I need another bedroom just to like make it tight.
Dude, I do want to... Like, that was an impactful time because just straight up, I mean, you were struggling. You hated school, man. You hated it.
Yeah.
You were so miserable, but like every fucking day, we were just blasting that shit and drive, and we had like a little bit of a drive to go.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, we were fucking connected, man. We were doing that every day, dude.
Wasn't that tight? Those are one of the coolest things. Like, those are the I guess the periods of times and connections that you learn to appreciate as you get older. You really can. Maybe it's a thing with age, because we were that age, like 12 years ago. We were like, well, I mean, like, we'd have been 4 or something. Like, we look
12
back,
years ago.
It wouldn't be 12 years, but
then.
even still, like, we have shit that we can like look back on and actually really remember well. You know what I'm saying?
I see. Yeah, totally.
Like, that's kind of newer. You know,
wow. Well, that, not to like, it's getting me, because like that, man, maybe like to spin it around. I mean, like, just like even being able to connect through music like that, because I really feel like that's what was happening a lot, was just like, I mean, shit, man. God, I wish I could see like a video of us in the car right now, you know what I mean? Because you used to wear it on your face, dude. You would be so pissed off, man.
Dark days.
Dark ass days.
Oh, man. It was.
Mr. Ranger, we got fucking in.
Yeah. Kid Cudi, awesome. So that's another great one. So, but yeah, those kind of scenarios, those periods at times are very cool to look back on, because it's, you know, you have memories with like all your friends, but it's sometimes those moments when you're doing something more so with, like, I guess you're having a bromance to some extent. Just like two dudes like hanging out. It's more intimate and like, whoa, very cool. It is cool if you can actually appreciate that for what it is and not be a nerd about it, you know? You know?
Yeah. Oh, man.
But anyways, very cool moment. Moving forward, I guess we begin with, I guess senior year. Like, you haven't really done anything musically at this point.
Of high school?
Yeah, fair to say. Well, were you doing, like, you were trying to do little things, but nothing really.
I would say it's weird, because, like, because you asked, like, earlier, when did I know that music was a thing? I remember being, I don't know if I've even ever told you this. I remember being, like, 10 years old and having songs stuck in my head.
Oh, I know that, dude. It would piss me off.
I know. I was going to say, dude, he used to get mad because I'd be just singing.
You would always sing and it wouldn't be like a whole song out or anything. It wouldn't start from anywhere. It would just start middle of the song, just this one like phrase, and you'd be singing that thing over and over. Yeah. And I just end up being like, dude, shut the fuck up. I quit singing. And it took a while, dude. And I get bugged about those things. I don't know why, like, people eating food too loud. That shit just like bugs me.
Like, everyone gets fucking annoyed by that.
They do, for sure. But that wasn't so bad. But there were definitely times, if you know, like, it wasn't the, I guess, right day maybe, and I had a quicker trigger. But
no, but
you wore it down, man. You beat it up. You kept singing it.
Well, that's.
So I've always known that, of course, that you've been connected to music.
Being in like the shower, man, singing like that, doing that shit, and fucking I've said it before, but like putting up a damn towel to my mouth in the shower so I could be practicing my singing, because that's what it was to me. And the way like I wasn't doing anything super legit by that high school time, I guess, but I mean, shit, you got to think 8th grade. I was like, I sang a solo at the church.
That as well, yeah.
Yeah, I was singing on the playground. It was one of those things where I would tell myself, it's like, Griff, if you care about this, if you really care, I was a fucking 8th grader. Yeah. And I was like, dude, if I care about this, I need to be able to do it in front of people. So I just embarrass myself, sing on the old field, sing on the school bus if people wanted.
Yeah.
Do that shit. And high school, I think, was mostly just meeting people. Because it's scary, and I was super scared to even acknowledge with my friends and my parents that I cared about that, man.
Because it's a very vulnerable thing. Like, you're really putting yourself out there.
Especially as a dude. I think in our generation, man, the way we were raised, it like was not cool to be like into singing, I didn't think. That's how I felt.
don't know. Maybe I've always had a pretty free mindset, but I never had anything weird about it. I guess it depends what you sing. But, like, being in a band has always been cool, you know? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that... But to some extent, as well. And no one, like... Of course, you're going to get backlash. No one's thinking that you're, like... It's always like, oh, no one makes it, you know? Like, you're crazy, you know?
Well, I don't know. I feel like... I was always worried that it'd be like perceived as like this like effeminate thing, you know?
Really?
Yeah, definitely. I was like, I don't know. I think high school was just like meeting people who did that and being like, oh, it's okay to like sing in your car and to hang out with people and sing, because that's what I did, man. Like I remember like Rock Band was so fucking cool because I was able to sing with my friends, and it was like, it's for the game, it's what it is. But it's like, I remember like Alex's mom being like, one of my friends, Alex, like his mom being like, oh my God, Griffin, you can actually sing a little bit. Just like little moments like that. Yeah. Where I'm like, oh shit. And you like start picking up pieces, and it's like, fuck, maybe I actually am okay with this, man.
Funny enough, I've never taken myself for a singer, but I don't think I'm bad by any means. In some weird times, just because maybe I'm better than the normal person you would just hear singing randomly, people are like, you're kind of good.
Really?
Like, just because I actually I don't care. I really
you
don't.
like to sing a bit.
I do karaoke whenever it's available.
Oh, hell yeah.
I love it. It's great.
What was the last song you were singing? You sent me a video of it.
Oh, shit. It was on my birthday, dude. It was probably...
You were pitch drunk, man.
I was having a great time. It was awesome. It was awesome.
I'm sorry.
What song
no
was
shade
it?
on it.
Damn,
dude, it was like a banger song, man. You're just fucking going in, dude.
It was, dude. Oh my God. This is gonna kill me that I can't think of it.
What was it? Oh. It was like a sing-alonger, man. It was one. Everyone knew that song.
Oh my God, I'm so close to it. All right, we gotta move on. It's gonna be bugging me for the rest of the time. So where were we at before that? But yeah, I do like singing. But you were saying it's kind of feminine to do it.
Yeah, I guess. You know, I don't know, man. Music to me, it was always just a voice thing. That's just what always got me going, and I think that's just what I did. Realistically, the way that I might have been like trying to fall into that role or make that my life was just by practicing and listening to people I cared about.
I mean, I've always been a car singer, and maybe you know that it is like is it muscles? Like, I mean, it's got to be muscles that move your vocal cords.
Well, it's definitely
so if you like work them out
kinds
and
of shit.
Like, it's not. I mean, I sing in my car all the time. I have a great time doing it. Why would you not sing in your car? You know, like have some fun. Oh, dude, Connor just sent it to me. She will be loved.
Oh, you motherfucker! You text. I was about to say I saw this man grab his phone.
I had to
know. That's what it was. That's a hard song to sing, dude. You just went for it.
Yeah, some guy like was at the front of the stage. Very weird. This was the weirdest part of it. I walk up onto the stage and like I really wasn't nervous or anything, but this guy, he was giving me a very, very weird look, and he was
like a romantic look,
kind of, and he was very drunk, and like at the end of the song when I was walking off, he just like tripped and fell onto the stage. Just like, dude, what's going on? And all my friends were just like, he looked like he just wanted to fuck it all time.
Dude.
Like, that's a great compliment, but
I don't mind. That's cool, man.
it was an awesome time. So moving in to college.
Okay.
So I guess already things have been formulated to some extent. That's where we were in the actual story. So like the people you'd met and everything. And
well, what happened for me realistically, I had friends in high school who like played music. I specifically had a friend who played guitar, and we would talk and say, hey man, let's write music together, let's write songs. My brain was always on the vibe of, I can write lyrics, I can't write a musical part because I don't play instruments. But the thing was, this person, people just work differently, man. People follow different little flows, and he never wrote songs. So I think we wrote one song, and it was just that's a crazy story to get into. But what I ended up deciding once I was like 17, 18 was I need to learn how to play an instrument so I can do something. I got a keyboard, kind of screwed around on that. I know the chords, but I don't know. I think I was pulled to like guitars, but I have these little baby hands. So I got a damn ukulele, dude, for $40. Little Connie's. Yeah, no, I got this.
Circus
Got a fucking uke, man. And just, because again, the whole thing for me is it's like, I care about this. College is about to be 4 years of me just allowing myself a bubble. I swear, and this might be weird for some people to hear, college to me, I studied what I studied, not with an intent to make that a career, a profession. That wasn't what it was. For me, it was 4 years to meet people and to make something happen. And you start thinking, if I'm going to do that, I need to give myself some skills. So started learning how to play ukulele. And that kind of followed me into that summer before college and into the first semester.
I guess it is helpful to be able to sing in that sense, because just picking up a music and being that, or picking up an instrument and being that instrument in a band is not, that's one of the most frustrating things creatively, is because you have these thoughts in mind and everything, but it's actually being able to implement them and having the skills to put you at a place that you think you're capable of being, but not necessarily able to do anything with it yet.
Well, that's what's so weird. And like, I don't know, I think when you're forming plans, you don't even know, you have no idea what that really looks like. You just have it's almost like the energy comes to you. You have a feeling. Same thing with you starting up the podcast, dude. That's how I see it. It's like, it was like, you feel it. You've been talking about this shit for a long time, dude.
It's been a thought, definitely.
You feel it coming, and we're fucking doing it right now. Give me a clink, brother.
Oh, we
clink,
forgot the whole time.
We forgot the clink, baby.
Clinky. That was an electric clinky there.
Whoa, I got lit up doing that, man. Dude, you didn't even take a drink. We got a drink on it. Oh, man. Yeah, no, you don't know what's happening. You just think, I gotta try to do something, and next thing you know, like for me, I was playing the ukulele to songs I really liked, and that just sparks your creativity. It's like a fucking reaction, dude. You just start, oh my god, I can play these chords on the ukulele and sing to it now.
And it's when it's real too, dude. The drive you have for it, it never feels like a chore.
No,
it always feels like a passion pursuit, and that's the. I mean, it's so stimulating.
That's
a drug, yeah.
It's a stimulation, dude, and it's not like fucking, man, doing the shit like watching a TV, being on a computer. That shit's fun, it is, but like there's something fucking else going on when you are just expressing yourself in that way, for me personally.
Yeah.
So,
well, my thing is I like all that stuff, and talking about it and having conversations with my friends is very fun. Well,
you play some guitar too, man.
To an extent. Shit. I mean, I've always had a creative side, yeah. And that's something, I mean, I've picked it up and I can still play every, like,
Well, dude, you can play
pretty
like
much every
fucking bar
chord.
chords, dude.
Yeah, I can play pretty much every chord that I would ever need to do. It's just ever putting it together. I pretty much just. I mean, I have a lot of fun playing the guitar. I don't do it as much as I would probably like to, really. But shit, I'm just so busy doing other stuff, but every time I play, because I don't know, it's just
There's only so much time in the day.
very
There's only so much
relaxing.
mental space. One of my favorite things, you used to tell me you'd put on headphones. Just
Yeah.
fucking listen to shit and strum it out, man. Just do it.
Yeah.
Like, that's just the same thing, man, almost.
It was awesome. It was so much fun. Like I'd probably be drunker and pissed, to be honest. Probably not though. Sometimes I wasn't, for sure. No. But anyways, yeah, just throw a headset on, crank some music, and just like play what you know how to play, but like you don't actually hear it. And I had an electric guitar, which is much like mellower if you just play it without the amp, of course, than like an acoustic guitar that you're just playing. Like that's loud. Like you're gonna bother your roommate type shit.
Yeah.
But that's not like, that wouldn't be like a reason to not. But it's loud. You know, you can't necessarily just fuck around with headphones on and not hear anything. Yeah. So yeah, I really do enjoy it. I need to play again. It's in my room. Like I have it. It's like, yeah, it's right there. And I did play for like a couple months, but.
Oh man,
I like knowing that I can whenever I want.
Well, dude, cycles are weird, man. Cause like I go through with anything, man, especially like with the music now. I've recently been on a kick where I am playing more guitar.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. But the thing is, like, if you're trying to do, not to skip ahead, but if you're trying to like run a business, because that's what a fucking band is. It's a business, dude. Because there are times when it's like, I need to be writing songs. I need to be flexing that type of creative thought, or I need to be thinking of content and like ways to promote our shit. I need to be planning things. So like sometimes I don't get to play guitar as much as I want, and then it comes back around. So you might just be in a cycle, dude, where you're not on that wave just yet, you know? Who knows?
It doesn't necessarily correspond with my goals and my things I'm driving, but like I said, like it is everything. It's just the human experience, and to be honest, so everything that people find enjoyment in outside of just regular day life, you know, lifestyle, entertainment, leisure,
dude. Leisure, baby.
Leisure. That's what that's my label, or just a category. I had to pick one, so it made the most sense.
Cool. Oh, like for your podcast?
Yeah, on Apple Podcasts.
For the
at least,
fuck yeah, dude.
That's a tough thing too, dude.
Badass.
Picking out like bios and shit for those things.
Dude, that shit gets weird, man. Cause
Tricky.
I don't know. It's like, oh, it's so permanent. And it's like, oh, who cares?
Yeah,
man?
that's the way you gotta do it. Is be like, all right, fuck it, put it out there. But it is. But the thing is, think about this. At least you're working for yourself.
Whoa.
Selfishly as fuck, but like it is. It's your dream, and it's
Dude,
along
that's
with
not selfish,
your
dude.
band. No, it's not. It's not.
You know, like, because I swear, dude, I think that all of this shit, I mean, man, when I've been listening to your podcast, that like, it like nourishes me, because it's like, here's someone that I really care about who's doing something they give a fuck about.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? You're welcome. But I mean, it's the truth, man. It's like, this content is created so that people can consume it and be inspired. That's what it is to me. That's what music is to me. That's what this is. It's all creativity. And I swear, dude, I think whenever you start to consume that creativity and just let it flow into you, that shit it's a gift that keeps giving, man. So
yeah. No doubt.
Not selfish to me.
Very cool. So, freshman year. WKU.
Oh, yeah, it's about to get fun.
Start making music, right?
Well, dude, believe it or not, for anybody that did go to WKU, the Preston Center, it's our gym. My buddy, whom I've been friends with since high school, he sent me a little beat he made. He had come down. He wasn't there for the first semester of school, but he came the second, and he made a beat because he wasn't going to classes, just very truthfully. He wasn't, and he was hanging out in his dorm, and he said, "Hey, dude, take this, listen to it." And I swear, I think it was just like that really quick moment where you get really proud of yourself and you want to share that shit, you know, that instant gratification. That's all it was. He just sent it to me.
Yeah.
And I heard it, and I had been dying to do something.
Right.
And I'm listening in the gym, and it's this really slow, like, R&B vibe. Mm-hmm. And next thing I know, I'm going, "Don't tell me you did it." And that's like the melody of the song. And I was like, Matt, that's the guy who had sent it. He's the drummer in the band. Oh, yeah. Fill me up, please. Austin's got the Pinot Noir. Very nice. Yeah, but...
Very nice, very nice.
No, he sent me that, and I texted him. I said, "Matt, I know you have a little mic. Let's record this song, because I think I got a vocal for it, and I really want to do it with you, dude." Yeah. And he was like, "Shit, whatever, let's do it." And next thing I knew, the only place that we could record that was silent enough to take it, because we're in the fucking dorms as freshmen, and the only place we could do it was in his car. So there was a parking lot on campus by a CVS, and we just recorded that shit in his car. That's on SoundCloud. Fucking Don't. That first song. Yeah. And I swear, it's kind of like when you dropped, I'm sure, the first episode of this shit, and people were like, "Oh, I listened." I remember my fucking dad and my, like, friends were listening to that song, and they were like, "Oh my God." Because it took us a long time. You know, we recorded it. We did, like, minimal mixing on it. Right. Listened to it, and it's, like, this weird moment of,
very
like,
amateur.
Can I do it? And I remember, I didn't realize that in songs, if you make, like, the S sound, it's going to be like, shh. Yeah. And I had this moment where I almost threw in the fucking towel. I was listening. I was like, "Matt, is this okay?" And he's like, "Yeah." And then I just kept hearing, shh. And I was like, "God damn it, it's done. We can't do it." And he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Oh my God, it sucks." And then I said, "Let's listen to another." We listened to another song, and like a professional fucking song, professional quote, unquote. And I was like, "Oh shit, they do it too." And he's like, "Yeah, you idiot." And I was like, "Okay." Dropped it, but like the response, I remember my dad, he's like, "Oh my God." My friend's like, "Oh wow, like I can't believe this." It's just like, it was like the fucking drug, dude. You're like, "Let's do more. We gotta keep it going, man."
So did that, I guess, turn into that? I guess that was the origin of the band, necessarily, the name.
It was, yeah.
And it's not the Young Romantics. It is
not anymore.
Was it initially?
It was, and it sounds so stupid. I actually, one of my buddies in high school, he said he thought a cool band name would be Romance. Fucking Romance.
That's sick.
We were a bunch of goofballs. We were just goofballs. And I was like, "Oh, fuck, that's awesome." So I was like, shit, the Romantics is a fucking band. What I like about you. If I fucked that up, I'm sorry, but I think that's what they wrote. And I was like, Romantics? Like, what? I thought New Romantics sounded really cool. I was like, the New Romantics. That's what it is. And then New was taken by another band. That's like Young Romantics.
Oh, man.
That's what it was. And then, like, later down the road, I was like, if you have the in a band name, it's goofy. Oh, it's goofy. And I was like, fucking take the out. We're just Young Romantics.
I'll be honest, for the vibes, Young Romantics does it for me over the Young Romantics.
I agree. Totally. Well, that's kind of how we felt. It's a concept. It's a concept, man. Not to be that fucking guy, but it's like, oh shit. I think it makes sense, you know. That's how we feel, man.
It's not the Purple Podcast.
You know. The Purple.
Do it. Come on. Do it.
You're here with the Purple Podcast. There it is.
Well done. So that became... Man. So you got that first one, Don't, the first track you ever made. Mm-hmm. A second one, and then that's the EP. 2 songs, right? 2 tracks? Or did you take
we
them
ended
off?
up deleting shit off.
Man.
Because it was...
homework's going to be off.
Hey, it's okay. Well, what happened... We We ended up just writing an EP, I guess. You know, we made another song that
2017, by the way.
2017. Yeah, it was. We dropped it the day before I turned 19, or the day before I turned 20. I was so fucking lit for that. Yeah. It was like November 5th of 2017. I was like,
pretty cool.
Shit. But we wrote another one with him just making a beat, and like it was not as well received. Like it just not as many people cared, and I think like it was like, oh shit, what are we gonna do? And we just kind of kept pushing, because once you get that little piece of rope, man, you just want to keep rolling. It's like, what's the next step? What can we do? And just kept writing little songs and recording them, and ended up dropping that. I think Skinny Love, the Bon Iver song, I recorded that with a ukulele.
Really?
Yeah, and that was on there, but ended up taking a lot of that off SoundCloud just because it was like, shit. I don't know. You get all self-conscious of things.
Music's completely different than something like this, to where it's a significantly more, I've said it before, vulnerable kind of position, in that like the concepts that you're discussing, and it's just a different kind of art form at the end of the day, to where and it's planned out, it's thought out. This is more just you talking, it's who you are. You can't necessarily change that, but like music is a production. This is more just like shooting shit, you know?
Maybe, yeah. Well, it's weird that that's like what the perception is, but it is. I think you're right, and especially like, I don't know, there's songs where I'm singing, it's like, I don't think I sang that the way I wanted to sing it or whatever, and then you start getting nervous that people are thinking about that and being like, oh my God, or lines. I've gotten to the point where I don't care as much about like a line, because I don't know, I think people just hear what they hear and they're like, oh shit, that's what it was, and that's cool, you know, or that sucks, whatever. But you know, I think at the end of the day, man, you're following your gut, your light, and man, it turns out the way it does.
I mean, you have to, you know, when you find that thing, you can't just stop. If it's really, really there, I feel like you can't just stop. You don't give it up necessarily until you, I guess, are forced to financially for whatever reason. Or, I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, 2 songs on there now, 2017, and then back to back 2018, another EP. Am I wrong saying that there were 5 tracks on that?
Yeah. What was the name? You know what the name of it was?
Someday EP.
Someday.
Someday.
Shit, yeah. Yeah, that, honestly, man, that was, I don't know, because again, once you start doing it, you just feel these compulsions to, it's what it is, dude. And with anything, it's like you get something done and it feels awesome for like a minute, and then the next thing you know, you're like, I want to do it again. Like, I have to do it again. I have to one up it. And what happened was we went on winter break, Matt and I did, from college, and I was like, dude, we're gonna write an EP over winter break. We're gonna write an EP and record it and release it when we get back to school. That's what we're gonna do. 6 fucking weeks, dude.
And just went out. Did you do is it one of those crazy stories you locked yourselves in like a
just room? Went in at it. I swear, like it was just me writing things on a ukulele. Yeah. And writing the lines, and you know, I was needing Matt to record the tracks on the ukulele, and it was definitely, I was working at Kroger at the time, dude. It was the type of thing where
you were some dirt bags.
We were dirt bags, dude. Dude, I fucking...
That's the great life for a while, though.
Craziest thing, dude. I swear. Because I was recording some of the vocals in my closet. But, dude, inspiration is hard to come by. And I was so, like... When I was recording things myself, I was literally doing, like, 200 fucking takes on things. If I fucked it up. Just killing it. Like, just being fucking absurd about it all. And, man, that just drains you so much. Like, it ended up getting to the point where literally, like, the day before we had to go back to college, I, like, stayed up all night in my closet recording vocals for the songs. And that's what a lot of the now product features vocals that I recorded on that, like, last night. Just straight up, dude.
That is a fantastic character arc change. That's great, Because fuck doing all that shit where you're overthinking everything, trying to touch something here and there, and here and there, and here and there, killing yourself doing this shit, dude. And that comes back to your drive for shit. You've always been like that, you know. So you're just, and I get it musically because like every little thing you're like, this has to be here. There's so many different. You feel the whole song, like it. Like when people listen to a song. You know, some people just hear the fucking chorus, you know? Yeah. But when you listen to it as the creator, I got to imagine that you're very particular about every second in that, and it's deliberate to some extent.
Well, dude, and I think you're exactly right. But I think what happens is, particularly when you're just super detailed, like I am, and sometimes like having too much control is just fucked because it's like, man, I can't. When I had that much control, because I was the one mixing the songs too. Mixing just meaning like getting levels right and, you know, making sure everything sounded okay together. I was so hyper crazy about all of it. I mean, just hours of like minute work that was not fun. But I think a lot of that was just not being around it a lot. Because it's at the point now where, man, I would much rather record a single vocal take on something and it's got the spirit that it has, you know, because the thing is, what
high
five oh shit yeah I'd much rather do that, man.
That's good
because it's like
it's significantly more natural,
and you feel that like the energy that I think you take from that, it feels more natural because it's one of those things you don't think people pick up on that shit, but I think it gets fucking picked up, dude. It just does.
I mean, there's a reason why live music's better than like just music you listen to in your ears.
Well, dude, not even to cut in. Like even our songs, I'm gonna jump ahead. Can I jump ahead to like newer music or anything?
We'll get there.
We can wait. We'll get there. I'll touch on this when it gets there.
We'll get there. Calm down. Dude.
Calm down.
Down, Simba.
Hey,
down.
Yeah, what was that? Quite right.
Quite right. I did that. Did you hear me?
I did earlier. Yeah. Very well. Well done.
I did that in the movie one. I said, quite right. That's an inside joke.
He squeaked it.
So after Someday in 2018, I guess you're going into your junior year and you're starting to feel that pressure, you know, the oven's starting to cook a bit. You're heating up. And you're like, we gotta fucking get moving, right?
Yeah.
And at this point, like you've taken the steps that you need. You know, you had an EP, you had two people. I think Mitchell featured in Someday, right?
He did, yeah. He featured in actually the first EP. He recorded a guitar solo on a song. Yeah, he did.
And I remember from the one time I visited you, he lived across the hall from you, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. And I don't even think you all were close at that point.
We weren't.
That's what I mean.
I just knew he played guitar, dude. And we were at the place where we were such goofballs about it. We just wanted to make this shit happen. So we were like, dude, you play guitar? We have a song that needs a guitar solo. Do you want to play? And he's like, what? And it's like, yeah. And he did it. And kind of just went from there. And I think that we just formed the connection. Realistically, we just formed the connection. Because he ended up playing like some live shows with us. And I think it's the type of thing where like, you play a show together, you practice, you rehearse for that. And it's like, this is a fucking drug. I feel good about this. Like, this is fun. It's like, I'm in. I'm sticking.
It's funny how, I guess you and Matt had a prior relationship, but even still, how it formulated just people who were talented in their own right at their own thing. And we're just like, I need somewhere to fucking do this, to
just
express this, you know?
It's the reactions, man. It's things just start happening, and you know, like, not to get like almost just odd with it, I guess, but man, I really think the longer I'm here, I just start thinking that things just kind of start happening. They happen whatever way they do. If you're open to the moment, they happen. It's like, well, next thing you know, Mitchell's in the band with us, and he's a brilliant creative.
And so was that does him officially joining, does that happen after Someday, where it's like, okay, because I know after that, it seems like you all really were just like, going for it. We're going for this. Is confirmed.
He was friends with us, and I remember him sending me a text message after he heard the Someday EP, and he said, "Whoa!" He said, "Dude, that okay." You know, and he's kind of told me later on, because I think he saw us as just, again, a bunch of goofballs trying to do something.
That's how it starts, you know?
After that second project, I think he heard there's a song called Night Thoughts Part 2 and Part 1 on there. I think he heard those songs and he's like, oh, yeah, oh, you're serious about this. Mm-hmm. This is something you like are really trying to do. And I think that kind of maybe gained his respect, and, you know, next thing you know, again, we're just playing music together and, you know, maybe viewing each other as creative possibilities.
Yeah. So in between those there, begin working on a new project, and this seems to be the point where you all really were digging in, like, we're doing this fucking shit, we're going for it. And you have, so at this point, there's probably, are there 4 of you at this point? You do have a full quartet?
Well, I think what happened was, like, Matt and I, and just for context, Matt and I, you know, you start getting to the point, it's like, we're recording music, we need to play live.
Correct.
Of course, it was just the two of us, so it's like, Matt, you can play a ukulele and I'll sing at a coffee shop or something, and you look like a fucking asshole because you just show up at some place playing a ukulele or a guitar and singing. You get shit on. We were submitting fucking, like, we were trying to play shows at places that didn't, you know, we sucked. We didn't do anything. We had hardly anything to offer except for, you know,
heart, baby.
Heart, dude. That's all it was.
Yeah.
But we ended up getting a gig at, like, a local spot called the A-Frame. And it was a really cool venue in town. And Mitchell looked at us. He said, you guys just got us booked there? And he said, dude, we need a fucking bassist. He's like, what the fuck? He's like, dude, we need a bassist. We're going to look like just goofballs, fucking buffoons.
Yeah.
And he had a buddy who, he had a friend who actually said, dude, there's this really cool bassist in town that I've played with before. You should meet him. And his name was Garrick. And he was older than us. I think we were like 20 and 21 at the time. Garrick was like 24.
Yeah.
And he kind of showed us the ropes in a lot of ways. Anyhow, we started practicing for this show with him. Long story short, we played this show at the A-Frame. We didn't know how to sound check. We got our cars towed. We literally parked in the wrong spot. 2 out of 3 cars got towed that night. But we were sitting around drinking free PBR. That's all. We didn't get paid for the show. We just got fucking free beer. And Garrick said, I'm in the band. We said, what? And he said, yeah, man, I'm down. And I was like, oh, shit. We were fucking in the band, man. Not to just keep going, but
that's a great feeling, because even at that point, like, your journey has been going on for 2 years at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's a long time to be pursuing something like that, and like minimal growth, you know? Minimal, but you're trying.
I think the timeline, because that show at the A-Frame was like November of 2018. It's been 2018, dude.
Yep.
Crazy. But no, that's what happened. And just to kind of jump on it, we ended up eating at like a local spot called El Mazatlan. Amazing Mexican restaurant. We love it. And I just kind of trying to be an ideas person was like, dude, I met a local producer named Max, and he could cut us a cool deal on recording an EP. And I think everyone just kind of looked around the table like funny. And then Garrick was like, oh shit, let's do it. And next thing we knew, it was like, oh, we're going to record an EP. And
it's not going to be basically just in someone's car.
It's not going to be in someone's car. It's not in closets. We're going to a guy who has a recording degree. Not that has to mean anything.
Right.
You know, our guy's name's Max Erskine. He's fucking great. I love him to death.
Shout out.
Shout out. But no, he he had a little place where he was tracking and running his shit, and he cut us a deal to track our EP, that first one. Or I guess that third one, but the first one, it's a full band.
Mm-hmm. And then we see you on the actual music listening apps.
Yeah.
Apple, Spotify. Had you put anything on it that you took off? Or was it just SoundCloud, basically?
It was only SoundCloud. Yeah, we never thought that whatever quality of shit we had was... And it wasn't good enough to be... anything's good enough. Like, fuck it, you can put whatever you want up, but we never felt compelled to.
I mean, I can put this shit out.
Yeah, dude. No, we never felt... That was the first one we put on major streaming platforms.
Right. So 2 singles, begins with Spinning. And this is where, I guess the first time when I even realized, it was like, I mean, really going for it. This is great to see. It's on major streaming platforms.
Do you remember, your thoughts of that shit?
Well, you sent me it, and it was like, okay, I'll, listen to this fully. So Spinning came out, and then Savior, which actually might be my favorite song of yours.
You liked Savior, man.
Yeah.
I remember you being like, man, I blew my voice out singing that
shit. You go for it. You have to. I told you I sing in my fucking car.
Mm-hmm.
Sang in my car, dude. Hurt myself.
Yeah.
And that EP is named In Case You Feel the Same.
Yeah, it is.
2019. 6 tracks. They're all still there.
Yeah, cool.
I would say, I know.
Look at that.
But also on this EP, Night Thoughts Part 2 has a Part 2.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
And it's fuller now, you got a whole backing band.
Well, there's a different part included too. I remember Garrick and... I think it was probably Garrick was like, dude, it needs this little, I don't even know what it would be called. I don't know if it's a bridge, but something really cool just added. This beautiful moment of introducing an idea to people and them expanding it in an amazing way.
Very cool.
Man, I can't even explain how cool it is to have written that song and to have it recorded in a more maybe presentable way. I don't know if that makes sense, but it was a beautiful thing, man. We recorded those vocals in a dark room. We turned out all the fucking lights.
Yeah.
And I just tracked them. It was great.
So I kind of want to dig into that a bit, since this seems like a fun song to at least do it. So this is your first time really being in some kind of professional setting doing this, where it feels like
absolutely
there's some validity to what you're doing, at least to some extent. I guess you get a feel for the process of doing it by this point. So kind of wanted to dig into the process of filling out a song, the musical elements coming in behind actual lyrics and everything, and just kind of your all's process at least.
Everyone says it's always different.
Each time.
Well, it depends, because even for this new album we're working on kind of thing, where it's I've written some parts on guitar. Guys, I think this would be really cool to make a song. Maybe literally before a gig, it's what are we sound checking on? We start sound checking and we're jamming, and it's oh, that's a fucking song. That's a song. Let's do it. And then next thing you know, I'm improvising lyrics. And it's oh shit, yeah, that's a song.
You got to be no shame to do that.
No shit. Well, dude, one of our songs,
it's called. Have to be.
It's called, dude. It's head being open to the moment and just letting it flow, like we're doing right now. It's literally stream of consciousness, man.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite shows. We were at our old place in BG. We had a spot where, big backyard. It's fucking summer. It feels awesome. Why not have a house show? We have all of the equipment to do it. And next thing I knew, we were at a show and we started jamming. Mitchell was like, let's jam. I fucking wrote a song. Literally, the first lyrics, I was improvising it. I was going, it's a Saturday. Just because it was a Saturday. And that's how it became. And it was that's fucking lit. That's sick. And just literally wrote the song from there. Just got the melody and you kind of switch some lyrics and,
of course,
as you're going back, but
yeah,
the spirit was there. The song, it was there. It just
very natural,
different processes. Yeah, dude.
I like that. So in case you feel that, in case
It's crazy, right? That's
it's very cool. It's very cool. It's very cool. But in case you feel the same, it comes out, and then I guess you've been performing. You're starting to get your grasp of that as well at this point. How you like to do it, what kind of goes into that and everything. And then I guess a period of time, COVID, that fucker comes out. 2020 occurs after 2019, in case you feel the same. And I guess you go on a little bit of a high. Do you have a new bassist coming at this point?
Yeah.
I think that's part of it, probably, to some extent.
Well, it's interesting because, our original bassist got a job. He was older than us again. He got a job in Houston, and he left. And we ended up knowing some guy who was like, dude, I have a friend who plays bass who's really good. It's like, does he want to play with us? We met him, and he's a cool guy. His name's Gabe, and I love him to death. I do. He's a great guy. But no, he kind of joined in, and again, my crazy brain, it's like, dude, it's fucking COVID. We're not playing gigs. Let's record another album. So our buddy Max, it was like...
It does seem like the perfect setting.
Yeah, I was like, dude, let's record another... Because, you're like, a hiatus. It's like, well, fuck, to me, dude, it really didn't feel like too much of a hiatus because we were still playing and hanging out. And, again, next thing I knew, it was like, hey, let's record another album. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, dude, we fucking... Again, thank you to Max. We were tracking like 8-hour days over that summer 2020 across months. We probably started around like June, and like the last thing they got put onto that album was recorded in November of 2020. So I mean, just countless long ass sessions went into that project, and that's kind of where our focus was because we couldn't play live.
Yeah, it makes sense. And it came out as In Case You Don't. And is this, what are we calling this? An LP? Or are we calling this an album? What are we calling it?
Spotify classifies it as a full album because it is more than 6 tracks. Okay. Spotify calls it an album. We were calling it an EP because I think it's like an insecurity thing. It's like 7 songs can't be an album. Right. I still view it as an EP. I don't think we were viewing that as an album. What's an LP?
What's an LP?
It's called like a long pressing. That's like a vinyl term. But LP is like just like it's a fucking album, whatever. EP's the...
I didn't know if it was like the middleman.
It's all goofy, but... No, we were like, this is an EP. They're back to back. In case you feel the same, in case you don't.
I was going to ask you about that. What is what's the significance there? Because that's something I'm not going to dig into every single song you have.
No.
But a whole, I guess the album title to encompass the whole piece of work. Very cool thought to think about, and that like I'm sure there's some debating, things getting thrown out, and then something sticks. The
first, honestly, it's crazy. We're like, what are we going to call this first album? We didn't know.
Yeah,
and I thought it was pretty deep. We were writing about our feelings. We were writing about the moments we were coming to, and all of these weird thoughts we were having. It's like, dude, I feel crazy sometimes, man. I feel really weird sometimes, and to me, I was just thinking, no one had shot out an idea. I was like, in case you feel the same. To me, it was like, oh shit, these songs, in case you feel the same, here are these songs. Yeah. And like, it was kind of one of those, I sent a text, I was like, what about in case you feel the same? And everyone was like, oh shit, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Fuck it. And I was like, oh, that's it? And that was it. And Mitchell was the one who was like, dude, the second one's in case you don't. Like, in case you fucking don't.
That's some building.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, that's kind of where that one went. But
So in case you don't feel the same, fuck you.
what
is it? It's just like listen still.
Well, I think low key, it's more like
it's just a continuation.
In case you feel the same, and in case you don't, here it is. We're still on the same wave. We're still in the bullshit, man.
I've said it. You can listen. You don't have to listen, but I'm gonna keep doing it, man.
Yeah,
I'm having fun. I'm enjoying it.
Wow.
So at this point, retrospect. This came out in 2021, by the way. There were also 3 singles with this one: Cliche, Stranger, and Alone. And he has some music videos as well. I encourage you to check those out if you're at home. Young Romantics, is that what the YouTube channel is?
Yeah, we're actually like fucking up there now. We've made enough YouTube videos to where we're up in there.
Yeah, Young Romantics. Google. Type in either Cliche by Young Romantics or Stranger by Young Man. Those are the 2, right?
Yeah.
So music videos, very interesting, very fun. And it's one of those things, too, that I've thought about, in that the quality of it is very professional. You know, why can't fucking lawyer groups get like a good commercial, you know? They have the fucking money, but this shit is still from 2005. Am I not right? You don't watch TV. But you know what I'm talking about, dude.
I
do. You wouldn't have had to watch TV for 15 plus years because it's the same commercial from 05. You wouldn't even have had to have a TV for the past 15 plus years.
Oh fuck, that's funny.
Why are they such terrible quality and like local?
Dude, I think that maybe they fucking do it on purpose.
Maybe they just don't care.
It's like, this is what you expect. Here
no, but
go.
there's no
Fuck
jokes
you.
either. Sometimes there are, and that's what you have to do. You almost have to make a joke about it because.
Hey, are we gonna get in trouble if we do the Hessigan Pole song?
yeah, we can't do that, man.
Hey, I was gonna go for it. Hey,
they'll sue us, man.
I gotta stop myself.
They're literally fucking attorneys, you idiots.
Those bastards are listening.
They know how to get us.
Fuck you, man. They're gonna get us.
Damn it.
God damn it.
Well, at least you didn't sing their song because that shit is patented. Very fun one there.
Wow.
Anyways, Stranger is probably top 2 for me. I think.
Really?
I think Stranger.
You like the heavier ones, man.
Stranger and Savior are both my favorites of
Hell yeah.
the work that I've listened to. I've listened to all your albums fully through, but those are the ones. And Night Thoughts is good as well.
Cool,
Part
man.
2. So you're 4 projects in now.
Yeah, fuck me. Yeah, I guess so, dude.
So I have some questions along with that.
Yeah.
Is there a favorite song? And there's 2 different forms of that. Favorite song that, I guess, just your straight up favorite song. And then maybe if it's different, what's your favorite song to perform? Because there's different energies like they come with the scope of a song.
Oh, wow.
With the energy that it actually brings out of you when you're performing it. It's probably a different feeling sometimes than when you're actually.
But that's tricky, man, because like you almost have to categorize. I think what I would say is like the ones that were really like kind of weird in a beautiful way would have been Night Thoughts.
Yeah.
And Citrine off the newest one, because with Night Thoughts, man, I wrote that on a ukulele in a dorm room, and I remember I was writing the fucking chorus and kind of heavy, but like I was like, I guess I'd rather die today.
It's a tough one. Yeah.
Than live is my life fades
That's a
away.
line you have to swallow. That's one that can't be easy. Say, hey, Dad, listen to this fucking song.
I know, right? It's like, fuck it. Well, it's kind of one of those, I don't even know if people hear shit sometimes, so it's like, well, that's what I was thinking about in the moment, and that's what I wrote, and that's what the song is. And I think at a certain point, again, it's really easy to get, like, insecure about lyrics.
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean,
yeah.
At the end of the day, dude, people fucking want it, I think, because, like, I seriously think that everyone's thinking these crazy fucking things.
Dude, we're not that different. We love to think we are, but we're not.
Dude, everyone's singing these crazy things, and it's like, dude, if you're gonna be someone, same thing with the Stranger music video. That's us driving around on my Mini Cooper with my fucking buttons undone, like on the freeway, not on the freeway, but on like normal streets, motherfuckers could see me. They're like, this kid looks crazy. It's like, yeah, I fucking am crazy, dude. And we're trying to just do it. If you're gonna do it, you gotta sell it, man. Like, what do you expect?
Yeah.
But I think Night Thoughts was super powerful for me for that reason, and just being able to be like, I can write music that people who are better musicians than me also like. Really cool. And then Citrine, man, that was one I just wrote on a guitar, and Mitchell listened to a little clip I had recorded for him, and he said, that's great.
Yeah.
He said that needs to be on the album. And talking about weird shit, I don't even know if people know this. I don't even know if you know this. I'm like crying at the end of that song. Have you listened to that song like all the way through?
I have, but I haven't. I'll be honest, I have not listened to it a ton.
No, it's okay, dude. I mean, like I was in the studio, and there's a scream at the end of it where...
No, I know that part.
It's super powerful. I was screaming. I fucking started crying in the studio just because, like, the moment hit me so hard. I just was crying, and it's like, oh, shit, you can hear me crying on the mic. It's like, oh, fuck, leave it in. That's what it is. How about that? You know? Yeah, I don't know. That's one that just always gets powerful when we perform it live, dude, as well, so... But I think for performing live Saturday, it's hopefully going to be one of the new singles, I would think.
Exciting.
But, no, Saturday's one, playing that live is just so, it just gets crazy, man. It gets fiery, man.
I think that's good. I was going to do another one. Let's do it. Favorite performance, maybe venue. Necessarily, and then small scope performance moment when just shit felt right, you know, like
Whoa.
everything hits you hard. That moment where you're in the studio and you're just so hit, like just you can't even contain it because it's not a conscious thing. It's not like, oh, you're a pussy, you cried. No, dude, shit just resonated so high, like the frequency just went up there that it was a natural reaction, dude. It was just your body being like, holy fuck, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, whoa.
Yeah.
Well, venue, shout out Bowling Green, fucking Mecca Tidballs. We play there a lot, and so appreciative for all those dudes at Tidballs. That's, you know, gotta be, I would say that's my, like, just love that place, man. That's just venue I love. Moments, honestly, most of the time it's the moments where you're with everybody else and you're just like, something weird is happening here, man. Because again, I think you tap into the energy together when you're performing, and when the vibe is that heavy and that high and everybody's riding it, it's like, oh shit, you're there too. You know, even like some of the moments where we get really fucking lit up, when it's like, let's clink, man, and it's like, ah, and it's like, you feel that on the stage, man.
Yeah.
You feel that.
Yeah, for sure.
I think some of my favorite moments were honestly those house shows we were playing, because we were just in the backyard, and it was straight up like
just
on our Insta story, like, hey dudes, if you want to come to this show, come to our fucking house. You can DM us. What's up? And we had people showing up, and we were just fucking, I was shirtless, just going crazy. Running around singing, and people are in the yard dancing. It's like, we just created a fucking party.
Yeah, that's
people
awesome.
are fucking partying and having fun now.
That's probably the coolest thing as a whole. That, like, it's just, that's a very cool thought. It's very original, at least. I mean, I guess you don't see that as much. Like, people aren't just like having a fucking party and just like rocking out like their own music, you know? But it's like, it's honestly, if we're like completely honest, like it's the most genuine form of performing. It's not like people aren't paying to go there. You're just there to have a time with people and have some kind of experience, which is very fun, very enjoyable, very raw, and like the whole point of rock and roll, you know? Like,
dude, well, it's almost that weird thing where it's like, man, people like kind of, maybe you get nervous and you're like, do people really care about our music? Do they care? And it's like, well, they don't have to. It's just, people are playing music. There's going to be more people there, and it's going to be a way for you to get away from whatever normal bullshit you're doing and have some fun. So
yeah,
Totally, dude. Yeah, I think you're spot on.
Very cool. So I guess what's next? Where are we going?
Yeah.
What's next for Young Romantics?
Believe it or not,
No spoilers, but give us a little hint.
I think it's probably cool to say that we're recording very soon a new album. I don't even know if I told you this yet, man. I mean,
So I'm fucking asking.
yeah, we're trying to do it full fledged. Like, there's a really cool studio in town, and just so happens that seems like it would be manageable for us to just take a week and to record the album there. Literally take a full week to just focus on recording this album, this music. We're living at this place, and just I'm probably sounding weird. It's called Thunder Sound in Franklin, Kentucky.
Studio?
Yeah, the studio. It's a really cool spot, man, and we're doing it with Max. He engineers there, and he's gonna be the producer on it. And we're taking a fucking week in January, and we're gonna record the whole thing. We're gonna live at this studio and record the whole thing. So
That's immersion.
Dude. I'm super excited. You know, I'm nervous as shit because like we've never done that. I'm nervous. It's a fucking 7 days we're taking off work for that shit.
And you got to put it together, dude. Like
7 days. Fucking
man,
over
it's
10
almost
songs.
it's almost like a drive yourself to insanity kind
I
of
know,
thing,
dude. Well, it's literally
what are the feelings
we have
that come with that?
We have a week to record this whole fucking album. Are we gonna do it? And it's like, but the thing is, man, like you said, it's a build up. It's like you go from you're in your car. Next thing you know, you're fucking in your closet. You're at a little shack, and then it's like, why don't we just spend the money and do it right and spend a full week at a full-fledged professional recording studio?
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of just the progression, I think.
And when does this happen? Did you already say it? I
Be
must
January of this year, dude.
next year.
Next month. Yeah,
So
next year, yeah.
So 2022.
Next fucking month. Oh my god, dude.
Man, that's all right though. You picked a good month for it.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck a January.
Bro, I think it was just one of those where Gabe, our bassist again, he's actually still in college, and it's still during his Christmas break. So it's like, we have a week, let's do it. Let's take it. Can everyone get off work? Yeah, we can. Let's go. We're done. Week.
Well, there you go, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm excited for it. So I guess there's no way of really knowing. I know I bugged the hell out of you with the last project, saying it was just more so like, hey, when's it coming?
Oh, you did. That was sweet.
Yeah,
though. That showed
yeah,
me you care. You know.
Yeah, I was like, of course I care. Man.
Did you? We'll do it right in. You're in the moment. How about this? What did you think of it, man? I'm interested.
I liked it. It's good, dude. Like you said, it's awesome to see someone really striving for something and being completely genuine about it. It's admirable. It's respectable. Like, all props to you, dude. Like,
Damn.
You've dealt with some not horrible backlash, but like some bits of unapproval.
Yeah.
And it's, at the end of the day, what I've always said is you'll regret it for the rest of your life if you don't go for it, you know? Something like that. If you don't try, like, I mean, you can keep doing this forever. Like, you could maybe never do any, like, it can maybe never come to something, but as long as you're having fun, I think, probably at your point right now, you have a scope of that you're very happy with what you all have done, and you're enjoying very much to continue. And if you can at least keep the magic alive to some extent, it'll never end. Yeah. And you don't have to be anything special at that point either.
Well, that's the weird thing, man, because it's like, what is your definition of succeeding?
Exactly.
Because, I mean, dude, we're at the point where we have recorded music. We've played really cool shows. We've had friends who have said, wow, like, I listened to this and it really meant something to me. And, oh my God, I just saw you play this show and it really meant something to me. And it's like, whoa, is that not success in itself? And I don't know, man. I feel like you just keep doing it. It's almost like you keep paying that fucking, you get kicked in the face a couple times over the years. And man, it's like, oh shit, so we're at a place we've never been before. And it feels a little bit deeper now. And it feels a little bit more legit now. And it's just the process, man. It really is. And yeah, again, not to flip it back to you, but look at you, man. You're just moving along, man. It's
doing what I can.
Just what it is. I'll say, man, I think I just got lost in it. You know?
Yeah.
The whole experience. I got lost in it,
Isn't
man.
it pretty cool?
How long have we been going? Has it been a long time?
We're at an hour 15.
Man. Oh, I'm sorry,
we
man.
Broke it out.
Sorry.
We finally broke it out.
I was
man.
nervous. I was like,
we busted right through. Honestly, I'm not surprised by any matters.
Okay.
Like, I know we could talk forever because that's the thing too, dude. Like, you live in Bowling Green. We don't see each other very often.
No, we don't.
And I always fuck with Griffin. I tell him to come to Louisville and move the band to Louisville, which they should, by the way. I always bug him on it, but
I love it.
Just because I want to see him.
We're like everyday texters at this point, aren't we?
Yeah, it's great, dude. I need that shit. I need that shit, dude.
I wake up in the morning. This morning it was like 8 in the. It was like 8. I was like, I bet Austin texted me. I was like, oh shit, I got him.
No doubt.
He was there.
No doubt. Because Bowling Green's an hour behind as well. Yeah. So, like, yeah, I'm always hitting you up. Well, man, I think it's been awesome. I've been looking forward to it, and rightly so, because we just killed it. That was great. I had a great fucking time. I hope you did. I'm gonna have to have you back. You'll be back in town for Christmas, so maybe we'll figure something out to do. We got Scrooge tomorrow. If you have not, check out the top 5 Christmas movies.
I'm just gonna say it. Man. I thought everyone did great on that. It was an awesome episode. I really was a little bit surprised with Austin.
Don't tell them the rating. They won't listen. They can't know the rating. They can't know the fucking rating. Make them listen. Anyways, if you want to check it out, it's a very fun one.
Right.
Quite right. Joined by Michael Meredith and his girlfriend Madeline Olges, or actually Madeline Olges and her boyfriend Michael Meredith, as I should have said it. Anyways, great episode. I had a great time tonight. Very fun. You'll be back on for sure. We have Scrooge tomorrow. Looking forward to it. I love you, buddy. Glad you came on.
I love you, man.
Tell them where to find the Young Romantics, how they can...
Oh, shit, I get a plug! I get a plug! Oh, no! Oh, shit, yeah, we're on YouTube, we're on Spotify, all those fucking streaming platforms. We're Young Romantics. We got an extra S at the end, too, for fun. But yeah.
On what? Everything?
Pretty much, yeah. Facebook, fucking Instagram. We don't have a Twitter. I don't think we need one personally.
It's tough. Mine's not very good with this thing. I really... Well, also, it won't let me fucking tweet on it right now, but besides the point.
Yeah. No, we're everywhere. Any of the platforms, you can look us up. You can see a real dramatic photo of us. Acting, playing the part, so...
Yeah. They also have some very cool shirts for sale. Have it on right now. Made sure to do that.
Dude, you're rocking it too. It looks great on you.
I'm filling it out, baby.
Yeah.
I told you I've been in the gym. I just stretched though. I told you that. Anyways, it's been fun. Thank you all for listening. I appreciate every single one of you. It's so awesome. The people that reached out and said, dude, this is tight. It feels great. I appreciate the fuck out of it. It's awesome. I'm going to keep doing this. All you all who listen, thank you very much. Love you all. You're beautiful people. Check out the Young Romantics. Griffin, I'm going to let you say your goodbyes.
Yeah, thanks to anybody who listened. Shout out Austin and the Purple Podcast, because I think
Purple Podcast, not the Purple Podcast.
Oh, I'm sorry. He told me that. Shout out Austin and Purple Podcast, because the shit's great. This is awesome. So I'm super proud of you, Austin. I think you're kicking ass. Hell yeah. And yeah, thanks for listening, for real.
Well, all right, everybody. That's been another episode. Love you all. Have a great day tomorrow. It's late as we're finishing this. Purple Podcast, episode 6.